Hey guys, just a quick PSA. I recorded this at 1 in the morning since the demand was so high. I couldn't necessarily be as hyped as I normally am, but y'all weren't about to get me killed by my girlfriend. Okay, I admit I have no idea where the story's going. Because what the hell? The war has surrounded a lot around Bomb, Gustang's family being outlawed by Zahard, but we're getting some any Zahard info. My body wasn't ready. But let's start from the top. So we continue from where we left off with Yama and Lobadon's conversation. And I admit Yama is a bit annoying showing off for the Beastkin, but you can't say that Yama doesn't care about his people because he is truly righteous. He attempted to use Wang Wang's twisted loyalty. I say twisted because Wang Wang's loyalty was admirable, but it led to his death, and ultimately it led to this entire situation of how Yama's life got this way. So I'm calling it twisted in that way, and he's trying to use that to manipulate Yama. That's kind of a lame thing to do. So I understand Yama's frustration where he raised basically calling Trom garbage, and we know that Trom is garbage. But as I suspected, Uracha hopped in to stop everything. Him and Doan warp in. By the way, Doan looking fire. Anyway, but Uracha says they have 3 high rankers on their side. Not including Uracha himself. That is Yama, Doran, and Doom. Where's Karaka? No mention of Karaka. Remember that for later on because I think that's going to be important. But Lobadon agrees. They agree to start negotiations. So Yama with the smoke already. I was a little surprised because he was able to read Lobadon's level, but he immediately said, "Look, free the Beastkin." And Lobadon's like, "No, I can't do it." So Yama said, "What's up?" But, Uracha's reasonable, and he was like, "Well, you gotta let us know, what is this whole thing about?" And I gotta give it to Zenu, the first one that brought it to my attention. Gustang's heart might actually be a thing. Now, we suspected the last few chapters that Lobadon was doing something for Kieran. It is clearly about Gustang. And of course, it's a book. Why wouldn't we think that Gustang's heart would be a book? But I would like to mention, there's not been a single reference of Kieran here. That is going to make for a nice surprise in the next few chapters because Lobadon seems to be completely oblivious to Kieran. While Laura mentioned that this is Kieran's war, Lobadon hasn't said anything about Kieran. So I wonder if he has any inclination that Kieran is sending forces after him, that he's plotting a revolt. I don't know if he knows anything about that. But Gustang has a shit called The Lot where he has a hidden book, and we have no idea the contents of this book. I will go over my predictions of what I think is in the book later on in the video, so make sure you stick around for that. Just my opinion, books only really hold information. Unless this information is vital to Gustang's life, I don't see this book being a negotiation tactic. Gustang is pretty gung-ho on this war, so I don't know if this book is enough, but that's just my humble opinion. But interesting, Lobadon went into detail, and this part I think is open to interpretation. Lobadon goes into detail to make sure that we understand that this is Zahard's war and not necessarily Lobopia. Lobopia is fighting the war, but it's not their war. He also mentions that he isn't acting on his own. He wouldn't act without his father. So that means that Trom told him to do this. I know a couple people had a theory about that, and you guys were correct. I really wonder what is in this book that can make Gustang just halt all his plans. But Uracha asks, "You don't care about becoming, Zahard's enemy?" And Lobadon's like, "That's not a problem." So I don't know if he means Lobadon specifically or the entire Lobopia family. I don't know. I think there's more to this plan or more to this story than Lobadon's letting on. Starting a truce is not what Zahard wants. He wants to eliminate the Bopidu family. You can't necessarily kill Gustang. We don't know if Zahard has the power to actually kill Gustang. But he definitely wants the Bopidu to be wiped out. So I don't know what this truce would do for their Lobopia's relationship. So Uracha comes up with the proposal saying that, they understand and that they'll retrieve the book if they let the Beastkin go. If they do retrieve the book, the Beastkin won't be needed as there will be a truce, they assume. So Lobadon accepts, given their situation, that fighting Yama and the Beastkin is not an option. So they go to the war room with Catan to discuss the details of the mission. And he mentions that they have a source. Now, I hate to keep blaming Belier for everything. We can't keep doing that. However, they have a source that has never been wrong. And the only way to have information about a Poe Bidu or one of Gustang's treasures is somebody close to him. I mean, Bellier's the obvious answer, right? I mean, we don't know about anybody else. Stick with me here. A part of me is starting to think that this entire thing is a setup. Because we know that Kieran is definitely working with somebody from the Pobito. We assume Bellier. This entire thing could be an ambush, or it could be a setup to set up Lobadon. You know, imagine that they do infiltrate and try to get a book, and the book's not there. That sounds like a sound plan if you're Kieran and whoever he's working with. I think this is likely. And also because this is Tower God, and when do plans that are laid out actually ever go the way they're supposed to? But Gustang goes on to further explain that there's another ship, and that was the ship that they were going to attack, and that they're going to use the Beastkin if Yama and Yaracha do not retrieve the book fast enough. Doom is being used as insurance. By the way, Doom, he was kind of overhyped. Like, he was sealed. He hasn't really done anything relevant other than boosting Yama's power. Duan is going on the field to fight, and Yama and Yaracha are going to retrieve the book. But where the fuck is Karaka? I get it. You don't show all your cards. There's something going to happen with Karaka here, and I have no idea what. But maybe we see him when Bomb comes. But yeah, this entire plan is basically a race against the clock. So we're moving on. Trauma's still slaughtering all the Pobito's forces. Art here is fire in terms of Trom's beast, but you notice that Trom's design looks a little different. Now, it's not terrible, but the mask seems a little bit bigger, but I think I prefer the previous drawings of Trom versus this one. But this is the most unexpected thing of this chapter. As Trom continues, he gets a message from Gustang, and Gustang calls him, dumbass, and if you have any questions or you have any problems, how about you come see me? That's basically what he's saying. Trom agrees, and they actually meet up. Did any of y'all body temperature increase like mine did? Because I'm reading the chapter, and I'm just like, no shot they actually meet up again. Siu is really throwing just incredible loops. Like, it's really getting harder and harder to predict where the story is going. So they arrive in front of each other. Trom is straight up with him like, so what's your plan and what is this ship? Gustang, of course, doesn't give him a direct answer. However, he does say he's sick of everybody acting like nothing happened with that incident. And Trom says, with any Zahard. Hello? Any Zahard? Are you kidding me? Bruh, please do not tell me that the entire point of this entire thing is because of any Zahar. Bruh, I'm telling you, when I saw this, my mind just went crazy. Like, if you watched my past stream last Wednesday, I was talking about how we've covered barely any of the other Zahar princesses, the ones that have been around for thousands of years and that are really strong. And look at that. We get any Zahar. But yeah, Gustang says, yeah, and you hid my daughter with your secrets together with Blossom. What is happening? Where is the story going? Like, I can't even compute this. There are so many ways to go about this, but holy shit. And it's like, Siu, why do you leave these incredible cliffhangers for us every week? And this is one of the worst ones to leave us with. What a chapter. Now it's time for the theories. Gustang's book. All we know is that it's been around for a long time, and that's a broad term. What are you guys' assumptions? Please let me know in the comment section. So part of me thinks that it's a diary. It could be a possible diary of Gustang's entire journey through the tower, meaning from start to finish, how they came in, relationships, problems, everything. And that is very, very vital information. I mean, you can learn literally everything. All the secrets, control, how Zahard became Zahard, how the family heads gained their power, like everything. To me, that's the only thing that can possibly make Gustang actually throw this war off. Because that type of information, anybody else's hands besides him is like GG. Like, bro, you know everything about me. Like, not only that, it has information about every other family head. That type of information out is just dangerous. My other theory is that this could be, about V and Arlene. And I think that's what everybody's probably gonna guess. But, and that information is just as important, I think. I don't know if I think that to be likely, though. Because given that Gustang has already said that he wants to spread the truth, somebody other than him having the truth, I don't think that would be an issue for him. Because it's just like, well, I'm already planning to do that. You guys have it, so what? Can't use it against me. And then here's a small theory. This one's a little bit unorthodox. So we've seen Tiara be able to use a book's power to manifest things, right? So what if part of Gustang's power is that on crack? Meaning that, what if he's able to preserve his memories in a book? Sort of how Voldemort's Horcrux works, where, you know, Harry gets sucked into the diary and it can actually relive and see the memories. What if it's something like that? That would be extremely vital. It may hold Gustang's happiest memories, may have been the birth of Eurasia. It could be a lot of things, but that's a smaller theory I have, but we may never actually know what the book contains. So, number 2, Any Zahar. So, I actually don't have any major theories about Any that people haven't already guessed. Because we don't have enough information to know what Trom's secrets are that are sealed. But let's lay everything out that we know about Any Zahar. She went berserk with The Colorless December, which was her 13-month series that she was awarded. She is Eurasia Blossom, who is a family head, and Gustang's daughter. She was, when she was active, the 7th strongest in the tower. Mind you, that is a crazy feat for somebody who was a direct descendant of 2 irregulars. She also found Arlene Grace's pocket and learned all the secrets of Zahard. She was labeled a Zahard hater. Most people know her as a Zahard hater, given that she knows all his secrets and how he became powerful. Not to mention, she's murdered tons of his family members and tons of other princesses. Extremely impressive feats, by the way. Like, she is one of the most hyped characters that I definitely want to see. But this exchange with Gustang and Trom is interesting because we've never seen any of the family heads really give concern about any of their children. Gustang is concerned about his daughter being sealed away from him, with Blossom and Trom only knowing her location. He may actually consider Any his actual daughter because her birth mother is another family head and him. This is ultimately starting to make me believe that the entire reason behind everything that Gustang is doing is because of Any. It ultimately was Zahard's call. He ordered the capture of Any Zahard. So the entire thing behind this may be Zahard sealed my daughter away. I love my daughter more than I love anything else. So let me start all this trouble, and then conveniently enough, somebody that you attempted to kill as a baby is becoming powerful and powerful enough to stop you. So everything's kind of fallen into place for Gustang. He's basically setting this all up to get his daughter back. If Bomb, in some way, I know there's theories out there about Bomb and Any eventually meeting and getting together, but if Bomb actually meets or unseals Any, Gustang will be in his corner for real, like really be in his corner. That would set things into crazy motion. But again, we're in the middle of a war, so I don't even know where to start with this. So my prediction for the next chapter is Seal's going to tease us about more Any stuff, and it's probably going to be scraps of information. And we likely fast forward to Lobadon's attack on Gustang's ship. We probably get to see Bomb getting ready to travel to Lobadon. But man, Seal cooked this chapter. Here's the chapter rating: 7.5 out of 10. These setup chapters have been fantastic, and you just can't beat it. Look forward to Wednesday for my prediction stream. I'll see you guys soon, and thanks for watching.